And we're off. Okay, so today, in typical form, I'm gonna get my finger in that camera position every so often while I'm turning. Today is the Ancaster Nostalgia Show, even though I touched my face there, in Ancaster, Ontario, Canada. And yeah, it's the big one for me always has been Woodstock, but there are a couple that added, and Ancaster's always pretty good. A lot of the similar dealers or same dealers who were at Woodstock will be here, and so I'm not expecting a great deal. It is snowing here in Dunnville right now, and coming down pretty heavy. We had the Santa Claus parade here last night, so you know, this will be nice for the kids to wake up to. Me, not so much. It means I gotta shovel out front of the shop and all that stuff. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, we're on our way to the Ancaster Nostalgia and Toy Show, because you can't just have one, it's gotta be two. Yeah, hopefully I'll come up with some stuff and we can talk about it back in the shop. Or if we don't, then this whole intro is pointless. Let's see what happens.
Change your mind on the other one?
Yeah, it's too rough for me.
Okay.
But it is.
What's that?
What do you got? Cheese?
I should have 10. Hey, mate.
Off my own, so I don't need to put
I'll put it right on here then. Thanks, sir. You don't sell your albums then, eh?
No. No. That might come to that one day if I go down.
So back at the shop the next day, and this, look at this thing. Look at her. Yeah, I know, you're going bonkers. So yeah, back at the shop, I went to the, as I probably said in the preamble, the Ancaster Nostalgia Show, and I didn't get much. And I wasn't even going to actually make a video out of this. This one's going to be pretty short because of that. But then, you know what? I thought maybe this is a good thing, because to show that, you know, sometimes you can put all the effort into going out and, you know, planning your day and you know, being ready, and then the stuff just doesn't show up. It's not a score every single time. Sometimes, I know years ago when I first started watching YouTube, there's the cat. She's so needy. Like, she is so needy sometimes, and today is one of those days. Stop it. Yeah, stop it. And anyways, now I totally lost my train of thought, because again, I have the attention span similar to her. So we'll do it from over here where she's out of the way. But yeah, when I used to watch like YouTubers early on, it was always scores, like massive, and everything's great and fantastic. And I had been doing this, you know, I've been doing it for close to 35 years, but I've had the store for 20. It isn't always like that. In fact, especially now, getting good vintage items is more miss than hits. And you know, today when I went to the nostalgia show yesterday, it was just like that. Either stuff was overpriced, like beyond retail, or I know, honey. Oh my God, this is the cat show today. And or it just wasn't there. The stuff is getting harder and harder to find, and there's more and more people looking for it. So this today is sort of like, I guess, a cautionary tale in a way. You know what? I'm gonna highlight a sale that I had, which is totally the opposite message from that, because that's how I am here. So let's go look and see where we actually ended up. I don't know where you guys live. Like, I live in southern Ontario, right near Lake Erie, and I am, it is minus 15 outside without the wind chill today. It is cold. I don't know where you guys are at, but oh my Lord. And that's Celsius for my American friends who decide that they're just gonna stick with Fahrenheit. Yes, I know. You want to go outside, but if you did, you'd be a kitty sickle. You would. You totally would. All right, let's go look at stuff. Okay, so the tricky part of this one is doing this without the cat jumping in the way. She will eventually show up. So I believe I did shoot some video inside the, there she is, inside the actual show to just sort of show what was there. Or maybe some stuff flipping through records. I don't know. I can't remember. It was yesterday. I can't remember my name most days. So, but again, I didn't get much. In fact, the stuff I did get was from a guy who set up at the show, and he's actually from here in Dunnville, Ontario. And most of this stuff is either personal use, because the pricing on it is not bad, but there isn't a lot of meat on the bone. But I did grab some things that customers from the store had asked me about, and you know, did I ever come across that? And so basically you have to do that. Well, I know a lot of stores don't, but I do. I'm not going to make much money on these, or any at all in many cases, but it's stuff that, you know, regular customers have asked me for, and you know, you got to do things sometimes to sort of, I don't want to say reward, because that sounds terrible, but you know, to in a way reward loyalty. And a lot of people have asked me for many of these, and I'm bringing them in. I think out of all this, there's only one that I'm going to end up keeping. Hey, you. Hi. So this is Rush Hemispheres, but it is the sought after red vinyl version. Now, it doesn't come with the poster. So from my understanding of it, the original short run of these came with the poster and the red, and then they eventually ran out of the poster. The poster isn't anything great. It is just a 2-page fold out of an image of the band. I think I still have a copy in my collection somewhere. I don't have the price tag on it, but this was 25 bucks, which again, you know, I'll make a little bit of money on that, but not a ton. Here's another one that was also $25. I should lock the cat away. It's the Canadian Motley Crue Theater of Pain. Been asked for that many times. I get asked for this Aussie on a regular basis now, especially since it's passing. This was only 20 bucks. It's pretty clean. Again, not going to make a lot of money on it, but I'm not sure because it's a Canadian one. And then, hey, cut it out. God, you're wild today. This Judas Priest picture disc. This one I might keep for myself because, oh Lord, cat. She's like a hit and run chaos machine. It was 15 bucks because it's a little bit rough. I mean, it plays and everything is fine, but the condition is great. But again, you don't especially from this era of picture discs, the 80s, they were never made to play well. In fact, this one might even have the warning on it. Some of these came with warnings about the fact that it's not going to sound good. So it was, meant more as like a wall hanger or like a decoration or anything like that. So that one I might keep myself. This is Clash London Calling, Canadian Pressing. Again, I get asked all the time. Cruise Shout at the Devil. Specifically been asked for that one for somebody. And then this is the other one that I probably will end up keeping myself. It is the Smith's Strange Ways, which I already have. But this is the Canadian Record Club version of it, Columbia House. It is non-gatefold, and it didn't come with inner sleeve. So they just had your standard plastic see-through inner sleeve in these originally. Even though I have said I'm going to try to curb my completist tendencies, I didn't do a good job, because this is one I don't have, even though I have multiple other label variations and country pressings of this record. But I didn't have this one, so I bought it. So yeah, again, that's actually quite a good price for that. It's a lot more than I generally pay with regards to resale, as I've said. For personal use, that's a great deal. Some of those in there for resale, again, not making much money on some of those. It's just more to get records in the hands of customers who, they come in here all the time and they're looking for stuff. And the thing with running a record store, one that is, ideal, all just vintage pressings. I don't do new. You want to try to get in better stuff, or stuff that, is a little more desirable once in a while, even if it means not making as much money, just to keep people interested in your store and oh yeah, that store's there. So that's my thinking on those. But and sometimes it's just fun to buy records. So that really was it. The only other thing I got at the show was from Ed Locke, who I'm sure I've talked about many times. Great dealer, friend of my family's for years, through the hobby and collecting. He had these, and he put them aside for me. They are Cracker Jack, given away in Canada. I don't think they were anywhere else except Canada. They are lenticular cards, and they were made in Japan, and they were in the 1970s. I can't remember the exact date. I know this because I actually collected these when I was a kid in the 70s, out of Cracker Jack boxes. So these ones, some of them have movement. One series has movement, and then the others don't, where you just get that really great 3D effect, and that's what this is. Let's see if I can find one of those movement ones. And they're great. They're animals, and look at that eagle. That is a great looking card. Let's see if I can find some. There's one that moves. So when you move them back and forth, it has the appearance of motion. And that, as a kid, that blew my mind. I just thought that was the greatest thing. And then here is the zebra. This one always creeped me out as a kid. Tarantula, or some sort of walking spider. But yeah, there were 50 some odd of them, and it was just 50 Canadian dollars, which is like $3 American. Okay, I don't know. Cat, give it a break. Yeah, I think it was less. I'm gonna say probably $40 American, maybe 35 is actually a little more accurate. So yeah, that was it. So not a great deal. And again, there's no guarantees when you go out looking. It's the same when you do garage sales. It's the same when you hit thrift stores now. Especially more and more, it is those days of going out and filling the van. They're kind of over. Really? Yeah, you don't care. You're just cute as a button. And just, yeah, you're nuts. So the only other thing I'm going to talk about, and I don't do this very often, But this one was recent. The last nostalgia show I went to was the Woodstock Nostalgia Show, run by the same person who runs that Ancaster one. And in the videos, if you go back and look there, I purchased this shirt for, I believe, it was $25. Might have been 20. It is a, I think it's 93 suede, who were sort of, I don't want to throw them under the bus with Britpop bands, but at that same time with like Blur and Oasis and all the other bands that were thing, Pulp and things like that, they were there too. This is the Androgynous Kiss shirt, as it's colloquially known. And I said, you know what? I might even be able to get $200 for this thing. Well, I ended up selling it for $425. And it just sold. I got a packet today. But yeah, just sort of a follow-up. I don't usually do the sort of what sold because I do not know how to do the thing where you show like your eBay page and then have a little box in there with your head talking about it, or even how to combine the two. I am terrible at this. I have no tech ability. I do everything on my phone and iMovie, whatever that is. I don't know how to edit. I just press buttons and things happen. So yeah, but that was a pretty good, what do the kids call it? Pickup? I don't even know. I'm not a kid. I'm over 50. I'm almost 55. Good Lord. All right. So that was it. Yeah. So yeah, for $20, turning into $425, pretty good. Pretty good sale. I think it's going to Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So yeah, that's it. Sorry, this one, like I said, is super short. But sometimes that's just the way it goes. I hope you all are able to find some stuff out there when you're digging in the dusty corners. Bye. So a little bonus, because I totally forgot about this, even though I shouldn't. It's kind of the highlight of my week. I finally picked up a Technics 1200. CSL 1200 MK2 to be exact. I have a mixed relationship with the Technics 12. It is a fantastic turntable. It is a workhorse. I used to have college radio shows, and this is what we used. And I've kind of always wanted one, but there's also part of me that sort of was like, oh, the hype. Because, you know, it is a DJ's turntable. But it also is a fairly phenomenal, not quite audiophile machine, but is a really great turntable. So I've always sort of wanted one. And I had a customer who came in they actually came in like months ago and said that they were planning on getting a better table than they had, and would I be interested in what they had, and they brought in this. And so we just did it as a trade more than anything. He's like, I don't want cash. I just want to do a trade. And he was really reasonable for what we wanted in trade. He took a stack of records and some store credit, and I ended up with this beast. Now, he did say that it'll probably need a new stylus because that one has had quite a bit on there. I think it's one of the Ortofons. I haven't even looked at it closely yet. I just got it and was pretty happy. But yeah, it's an Ortofon. What is that? I can't even read it. Again, I have this on that same stylus on one of my other turntables. I have many turntables, but I've always wanted this. This might replace the Yamaha that I have in the store. I think it's the YP. I can't remember. Let's go look at it. Let's go for a little tour. And this, I have a Rega planer too, like a one from the 70s with the teak and all that stuff. But this is what we use now in the store. Clear all this stuff off of here. and it's a great turntable. Japanese-made Yamaha YPD6. Yeah, that's it. And honestly, that thing it's a tank, and it's a workhorse. It's perfect for the store. I might bring the 12 out here and retire this to some other place, because I have so many project turntables that I've got to work on. I also have an Empire that I picked up not too long ago that I also really love, and that's got an incredible tone arm. Somebody replaced it with an SME tone arm, and yeah, it's actually a weird hybrid. It's a Shure SME tone arm. So that, yeah, I got to get up and going too. So anyways, that was sort of my added bonus. Just because I was dealing with some vinyl, I thought I'd show you the new turntable that I got. So yeah, I now am the proud owner of a Technics 1200. Okay, bye.